Update: mom had an affair 18 years ago. 18 meters, am the product of it. My dad just informed me of all this and told me he will not pay for my college, while my siblings got their college experience paid by our dad. Sorry about your grandpa, but I'm relieved it ended on a good note. It looks like you've already sorted out how you are gonna deal with this from here. Thanks for the update and good luck. Yeah, he definitely made good choice to not distance himself from family and to become more independent. Despite the small blemishes, they have treated him well. Sometimes your real father to you is not your real father. He might be your father boy, but he ain't your daddy. r/unexpected Avengers. That's Guardians of the Galaxy, you swine. I'm Mary Poppins. Oh, I just want to say my sister raised a storm and rode it here is an amazing turn of phrase. That and my parents have been called more names than they go by were my two favorite expressions in this post. But it doesn't sound like he was about to solve world hunger. She met him at a bar, not a fundraiser. This is gold. 2. Op should be a writer. Seriously. /u/throw away Nakaled01 I mean this. You sound incredibly smart and well spoken. You're going to go far. We all wish you the best of luck. Op, glad to hear this worked out. Sometimes people say mean things on Reddit, but at the end of the day lots of people are just trying to get through life the best they can. This is very true. Very factual. I'm so glad everything worked out for you, Op. If people were pressuring you for an update, it's primarily because they care. You sound like you have a beautiful family that is going through a rough time. I'm so sorry for the loss of your grandfather. Your siblings both sound amazing. I'm a little jealous of the relationship you have with them. Never lose that. Best of luck with college. You're going to love it. My siblings are awesome. I have to admit, I was worried we are not as close, as my brother is getting ready to get married and has his own life to sort out. My sister is becoming more serious with her boyfriend. She just met his family, etc. I wasn't sure how much space they still have in their lives for me, but apparently they have plenty. That's fantastic, Opus. In most cases, your siblings will be around far longer than your parents, and having that strong family bond continue throughout your life is such a blessing. Couldn't be happier for you. Sorry, Op. But a big part of becoming an adult is learning that your parents are just flawed human beings. Sounds like you were collateral damage because your parents could never resolve your mom's infidelity. You will all get past it. Let your dad know, if you can, that you understand this week has been horribly stressful and that people say things they don't mean. So sorry about your grandfather. Meanwhile, my dad knew my brother wasn't his when raising him, though us kids were raised to believe he was. When it came out, my brother basically turned on my dad. His real dad popped up, and my brother was basically like, nah, this my dad. Not the dude who raised Mehmet. My dad something fierce. He doesn't care about blood. That was his kid. To further flip scenarios, real dad is wealthy. Our dad worked hard to provide a middle class life in an upper class area because that's where my mom wanted to be. College was always questionable for us, but all of a sudden not for brother. Despite us having grown up in the West Coast, he turned East Coast elite like his dad. He went to Phillips Academy like many really well-off high schoolers and rubbed shoulders with the children of those who pull the strings in this country. Decided on NIU after been mulling law school after just barely missing a Rhodes Scholarship, and currently works as a legal aid pulling $30K a month. So, I guess good for him, but he basically abandoned us for himself. He shaped up some in recent years and talks to our dad more. He straight up cut him out for the first few years, but just calls him by name. Never dad. A falling out with his real dad has helped a little though. He's realized his real dad measures the success of his children by wealth and status, while our dad just cares if we are happy. Brother is still a piece of work though. Geez, I'm sorry that happened. Must have been rough on all of you. And their fight escalated from there, and mom told dad something like, what makes you think any of them are yours? Rare insults, my friend. This is not burning the bridge. This is complete destruction of 10 square miles around the bridge. Closed bracket, closed bracket. Bro, that was legit fucked. He shouldn't have taken it out on his son, but I could really understand how his dad would be mad after that. I have no clue how that father took her back. The grandparents took her in. According to the post, the grandparents cared more about their grandchild despite however horrible it was for the father, and I'd imagine they were instrumental in convincing the father to eventually take her back in as well. But they did manage to have a good kid. I don't think the father will live this down anytime soon, though. He's already lived with this for close to 2 decades and the wound has never healed. What the mother did, though, was cut it open completely anew recently. I now know why she was crying non-stop this week. She was the catalyst for everything. Your last paragraph is spot on. It's a sobering experience when you realize your parents are winging things just like everyone else. They're human. Imperfect. Screw up. Hurt the ones they love. Same as all of us. Sorry you had to find out the way you did. That experience would have sucks. But hopefully you will move on from there and keep loving each other. Good luck. This is what my sister said. But that didn't stop her from making her feelings on the matter very clear to my parents. Haha. I love my sister. My brother too, but he is more calculated and tempered. My sister is lightning in a bottle, but nobody put her in the bottle. She went there of her own volition. But when she decides to open the lid a little, oh god. It's a sight. You have a great writing style. They should probably hone their skills in a university for education. Hey op, glad to hear that everything is going better and that your family and you have started to work this out. I can't imagine how difficult this must have been for all parties involved. You especially. I'm going to go against the grain of some other comments here and suggest you get that DNA test anyway. Not because you should find the rest of your biological family. I understand how you feel right now about having one family and only one family, but this could change later in life. Also, more importantly, that second half of your genes could contain any number of medical time bombs that you have a right to know about. Since you don't know your bio dad's family medical history. Taking the test would tell you if you've been past any genetic predisposition to certain ailments, like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, etc. I would look into genetic testing that only covers medical analysis. Just to check this stuff out. Best of luck to you at uni. I hope you and your family continue to work things out. Is it weird that, on top of this, I also thought, what if he accidentally dates a half sibling? It's a legitimate thought. I mean, it's always possible. A family friend refused to date anyone of the same race because since he's adopted, he was worried she might be his biological sister. We're from a small country, so the odds can really do a number on you. I think I read a post on here once that a couple ended up accidentally finding out they're half siblings a year or more into the relationship through 23andMe. What a friggin' nightmare. Hey man. Regarding learning about finances, especially since you just got an inheritance, I encourage you to visit r/personalfinance. The wiki there will help, and so will the community. My condolences about your grandpa in this situation. I have started reading there this last week. I haven't yet made any posts, but I'm definitely very active reading over there. Awesome. And creating a bank account is so easy. I was disappointed with my old bank and made a new one with an online bank, and it was a good decision and quick. I'm glad this has had a relatively happy ending. Sorry for your loss. To think you wanted to split up when I came back prin and touch. That was a supremely shitty thing of her to say. Although perhaps she didn't mean to be shitty. Your dad has spent the last 18 years trying to forget that he got cheated on, and she went and reminded him in a rather snarky way. What makes you think any of them are? It's a testament to your dad's character that he didn't walk out the door then and there. I was suggested to go and buy a DNA kit from 23andMe. Maybe I can find him that way. Don't. Whoever he is. He's a piece of shit. Your dad is the person who raised you. Her mom so far seems like a piece of s. Right? What a tone deaf shitty thing for her to say about a horrible shitty thing she did to break his trust. I love how everyone was crucifying your father in the last post. That man went above and beyond. I mean seriously, who tells their husband that the other kids may not be his? What kind of sick argument is that? Op. When this is all over, settle down, give him a hug and thank him for all he did. People on the last post were egging on for Op and his siblings to cut off their relationships with dad. Like, what the fuck? Dad is human too. I know. If anything, after this, they should all cut contact with the mom. Dude overreacted to his abusive wife. Crucify him. Cut contact. Wife is a cheating, abusive spouse who tried to leave Op dad for the affair partner and came back when he bolted. Oh yeah. She's bad too.